Hey, so welcome. Good evening. This is Vince Rileey calling from Roosevelt, Utah. We're out in eastern Utah. I can't brag about the Arctic cold temperatures because I think Montana and Idaho have us beat, but I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to summer. Oh, my goodness. So, hey, here's what we want to share with you tonight. A beautiful story about a company that I was introduced to about a year and a half ago. So a friend of mine, well, let me go back in time a little bit. When I was about ready to graduate high school, a gal friend of mine, I asked her what she was doing after high school. She says, I'm going to go to college. And I said, what? That's great. How are you going to pay for it? Did you get a scholarship? She says, no, I've got about $25,000. And I said, how did you save up $25,000? She said, well, for the last 10 years, every time I went babysitting, I'd take that money down to the coin store, and I'd buy a couple silver rounds. And I just continued to accumulate. And, of course, everybody knows mid-late 80s, there was a big run on silver. Prices went really high. And this smart gal cashed in. And so from that time back in the 1980s all the way till now, I always had in the back of my mind the important role that precious metals played as a currency and as a valuable commodity. But I never really got into it until recently. I started hearing all the ads about a year and a half ago, buy gold, buy silver, and I thought, I need to have some because I remembered that story when I was a teenager, and I just wanted to have some money set aside, and there's a lot of reasons why you'd want to keep precious metals. But first of all, I called some of the numbers, and I was really surprised at the variation in prices and all of the different prices you'd have to pay, the minimum investment amounts, and I was confused. I had to make a spreadsheet to thin all the information out so that I could understand it. So about that same time, a good friend of mine, Chris Lattin, put something on social media and said, hey, I've got this opportunity. If anybody wants to buy precious metals at cost, give me a call. And I thought, okay, there's always a gimmick. So I talked to Chris Lattin, and he shared the information with me. I compared the prices to everything I'd collected so far, and sure enough, hands down, nobody could touch the prices at 7K. And let me tell you why. So as we start this presentation, let me just talk about there was a man who had a dream, Richard Wayne Hansen, wanted to make it so that everybody could purchase precious metals and add them to their personal portfolios and make it a game that wasn't just for rich people. So he approached Josh Anderson, Roger Ball, and Zach Davis, and the rest is history. They got together, created a company that help us to be able to buy precious metals at wholesale prices. And I'm not kidding, wholesale prices. So when maybe somebody introduced you to 7K, or before somebody introduced you to 7K, you thought, why would I need to buy precious metals? What should I be buying? Who can I trust to buy them from? How do I know I'm getting the best price? And how can I afford to get more of it? Well, 7K answers all those questions. And I'm going to tell you through the rest of this presentation real quick an answer to all those questions. First of all, how the membership works. Everybody's got a membership to either Costco, Sam's Club, Amazon Prime. And the reason they do that is there's benefits associated with a membership. Okay, one of the memberships of the Costco is you can go and buy a bulk amount of food, and you get a really good deal on it, the best price possible. And that's what your membership pays for. Is that exclusive membership allows you to go in and pay less than most folks pay at the grocery store. Same with Sam's Club. Amazon has benefits like free shipping, free music, free video, and things like that. So, and I said wholesale with prices with precious metal. So you get your membership, you join like a Costco, and you can buy precious metals at wholesale. Let me explain how they do it. Precious metals are mined from the ground, turned into bars, ingots, coins, sent to the mint. The mint produces coins and bars, and then 14 companies have the purchasing ability and power to be able to purchase a large enough quantity to buy directly from the U.S. Mint. Well, I can't afford to do that. You can't afford to do that. Most of the people that we associate with can't afford to do that. And that's where the price disparity comes in. So those 14 major distributors sell to brokers, wholesalers, retailers. By the time we get to a place where we can purchase the materials online or at a local store, we're paying for a markup for everybody who's touched that material. So the way 7K did it is they went to those 14 major distributors and said, hey, here's our plan. Here's what we're going to do. We want to give wholesale metals to be able to allow people to purchase wholesale metals. So 4 of those major distributors said, we'll work with you. So what happens is when you make an order of precious metals, you get those precious metals the same price that 7K pays for those metals with absolutely no markup. Okay? So that's how they do it. That's the first step. That's how you can get precious metals at the best price. We talk about the U.S. dollar. You know, in my hand right now, I've got some U.S. dollars. Does anybody hear that? No, it doesn't make a sound. It's a piece of paper that your good faith in the U.S. government, it really is what determines what that dollar is worth. In 1913, when the Federal Reserve was first created, you could buy about $1 worth of stuff with that paper dollar. Today, you could buy about 4 cents worth of products with that dollar. And not that long ago, I remember when I was a teenager, I'm a little older, but when I was a teenager, I could go down to 7-Eleven and with $1 get a Slurpee, a candy bar, and a couple pieces of penny candy. All right? Today, there's no way you could even get a candy bar for $1, and I'm not kidding you. In my other hand right now, you can hear this, I've got 2 Silver Eagles. All right? And I just love the shine. It's produced by the U.S. government, guaranteed for its purity and content. I buy these Silver Eagles and other coins like this directly from 7K without any markup. And these coins mean more than just a represented value like the paper dollar or the paper money that we're used to holding in our hands. These coins, for example, if you walked into a Ford dealership in 1965 with 2,500 paper dollars, you could have walked out with a new Ford Fastback Mustang. You could have also walked in with 2,500 ounces of silver, which was basically $1 an ounce, and walked out with the same Ford Mustang. Go forward to today, you walk into a dealership with 2,500 paper dollars, you'd walk out with a really, really nice set of seat covers, maybe some side rails for your pickup, a set of tires and rims or something like that, but you certainly wouldn't walk out with a new car. Well, if you had those same 2,500 1-ounce blanks or coins, you'd have over $40,000 worth of precious metals. And the question in your mind is like, I don't understand. Why are precious metals so valuable? Well, they never change in value. The thing that changes is our dollar. So back then it took $1. The dollar was worth $1. You could have bought an ounce of silver. Today, it takes $15 or $16 to be able to buy the same ounce of silver. Silver never changes in price or value, and so it makes it a beautiful investment. And that's one of the reasons why everybody should have precious metals. You know, it's a good investment. Let's talk about one of the biggest things that everybody's tired of paying. It's that time of year, right? January rolls around. The first thing we're doing is looking at December's paycheck to see how much taxes the federal government and the state government took out of our paycheck. It seems like the harder we work, the more money the government takes. Well, let me share a secret about precious metals. Certain precious metals that you can purchase through 7K have no requirement to fill out a 1099-B. In other words, if you went and bought $40,000 worth of a certain type of precious metals, gold or silver, and certain coinage or bars, you could turn around and make a profit on that 5 or 10 or 20 years later. If you made $100,000, there's no requirement for those types of coins to have to pay taxes. No Form 1099-B will be produced, and then Uncle Sam's not going to get his finger in your pie. So that's a really good reason to have precious metals. Another reason is to kind of hedge your investments. You know, middle of the road. Well, let's start 3 scenarios. Best scenario, the economy 20 years from now is doing great. Let's say you put 8 to 10% of your portfolio in precious metals that you bury under the apple tree in the backyard, like Richard Hansen would do, and you know, that 8 to 10% in a perfect economy, you're not going to need it because your 401k and all your other investments are going to pay off. That money you can transfer right to your kids, reason for them to ever have to pay taxes on it or have a 1099. You can't do that with real estate. You can't do it with other sources. But with precious metals, you can hand those right down to your kids. The middle of the road scenario, let's say the economy just continues on, but it doesn't really do that well. And your portfolio that started at 100% is maybe 70%. In that scenario where there's high inflation, maybe a recession, or even a depression, but not quite a depression, your 8 to 10% of precious metals is going to be 30 to 50% of your portfolio. So you're starting to get the hint about what precious metals can do. Bottom of the road, you know, your portfolio ends up being 30%. Guess what that precious metals, 8 to 10%, is going to represent 50 to 60% of your portfolio. It's a win-win situation. So there's one reason to buy it, right? As an investment, as a hedge against poor government decision, or to hand down your kids. Another reason is everybody collects something. Chris Lattin's wife collects antique furniture. I collect broken toes from furniture misplaced all over the house all the time because I've still got kids running around moving the furniture all the time. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect ball caps. I got a buddy who collects ball caps. But here's something. When Chris Lattin introduced me to this company a year and a half ago, he said, Vince, you got to start collecting coins. I said, Chris, you're crazy. I've got 9 kids. Of course, a few of the kids were already out of the house. I don't need another thing I need to be collecting. And then I started doing the research. I got some information, found out what these collectible coins are really worth. Listen, folks, a silver eagle minted by the U.S. government started being stamped out in 1986. If you had collected a Mint State 70, which meant it's a perfect coin encapsulated in an acrylic case, if you'd started collecting one of those per month to today, since 1986, you would have spent roughly $30,000. That's a lot of money for an investment. But let me share something with you. That collection, if you had it in your possession today, would be near $1.3 million. Let me say that again. Invested $30,000 from 1986 till now, the collection would be worth over $1 million. And just as an example, the 1999 Silver Eagle in the Mint State 70 condition, which meant it's perfect, graded by NGC or PCGS, that coin is selling anywhere from $19,000. 2012 version, maybe $150. 1996 version, you could sell for somewhere around $6,000. So now I collect coins, and so I'm part of the Coin of the Month program. My wife and my son both get a Silver Eagle because I think that's an important coin to have in the collection. I get the Variety Coin of the Month. There's 3 different coins of the month you can get. Wife and son get the Silver Eagle. I get the Variety Coin. Last month, it was a beautiful panda from China. I love those panda coins, and these aren't clad coins. These are still 1 ounce, 100%, 0.999 pure silver. So it's still a valuable coin in itself, all by itself. But when it's graded as an MS-70, which means it's a perfect coin, it's like the Mona Lisa of coins, right? There might only be 500, 5,000, or a couple thousand of these coins, which makes it even more valuable. And so every month I get a variety coin, sometimes a beautiful wedge-tailed eagle from Australia, Spider-Man, or Pink Panther. Or, I'm sorry, the Pink Panther. That's funny. You can tell how old I am. But the Black Panther, Marvel and DC coins produced by the Australian Perth Mint. Beautiful coins to add to your collection. They're great things to just look at, and they're going to be worth money in the future. Something you could hand down to the kids. And if you prefer the yellow-colored coins, there's the Gold Coin of the Month. 10th-ounce gold coin graded MS-70 that comes to you every month to your door. So that's the Coin of the Month program that 7K offers, besides being able to buy bullion at wholesale prices. There's so many benefits to having a membership with 7K. And let me just name one more. With your membership, your yearly membership, in your back office for free, you can go and watch a series of videos. It's called the Buyer's Certification Program. This Buyer's Certification Program is going to teach you, if you're new to investing in precious metals, what type of precious metals you should be buying depending on what type of portfolio you want. And then it teaches you about the different sources, whether you're getting coins, bars, fractional, or combi bars or things like that. It's going to educate you. That's free. It comes with your membership. There's no extra charge for that. And you're saying to yourself, you know what? This is sounding better and better every minute. Let me just ask you another question. If I told you there was more, would you be interested? There's more. So with your membership, every year you get a $250 or $500 worth of travel discount cards. These travel discount cards can be used at major hotels around the world and car rentals for savings up to 30, 40, 50% on major hotels, car rentals, and vacation packages. So think about it. It's just like every year you're getting your membership price back, but it gets even better. Every Coin of the Month comes with an additional $125 travel discount card. You go to the 7K Getaway site, use the credit on your travel discount card, and start saving $50 a night at a hotel to $100 or more per per night, just depending on where you're staying. For example, one of our favorite hotels in Kauai that my wife and I loved, down on Poipu, we could save almost $100 a night to $200 a night, depending on which room we get. All right, so that's your lifestyle powered by gold and silver. All of the benefits of membership that come through 7K. 7K, I haven't said what the membership price is, and I'm going to tell you what it is. But right before I tell you how much the membership price is, there was one of the other questions that I told you we'd cover at the end. And one of those questions was, how could I get more money to be able to afford to purchase more precious metals? Well, here's the answer to that question. 7K metals, think about it. If your Sam's Club membership, every time you told someone about what a wonderful thing Sam's Club is or Costco, that if every time they joined you would get points from that, wouldn't that make that membership even more valuable? Well, that's what 7K does. Let me explain how it works. 7K membership, their model for making money, it's called a binary with unlimited levels. A binary, which means to be an associate and qualify to make money from 7K to purchase more precious metals, all you have to do is find 2 individuals that also want to purchase precious metals and possibly want to make money in the future. Here's what you do. You sign one of them up, put them on your left. You sign another one on your right, put them on your right, and now you're qualified to earn up to $500 per week, okay? Not $20 per week, not $50 per week, $500 per week. When my sponsor and partner and best friend told me about this company, and I joined and got serious about sharing it with folks, within 8 weeks I had my first commission check, right? So everybody who's associated with maybe network marketing companies in the past, you've gotten a $30 check, $40 check, but you end up spending more money in the product than you were probably getting back, and then you had more products you had to sell. You're not selling anything with 7K. You're selling memberships. You're telling them about 7K, just like the Costco of gold and silver. They're joining. You're getting points from their membership. And that first check I got was $500. That is the minimum check that 7K Metals pays as their commission step check, $500. I'm not kidding you. So here's how it works again. You join tonight. You find somebody tomorrow. You sign them on your right. Next week, you sign somebody on your left. You're now qualified to earn $500 a month. You continue to repeat that process. Help those 2 individuals. Find somebody, put them on the right and left of each of those individuals. You're now qualified to receive up to $1,000 per week as a copper associate. And continue to repeat the process of bronze, silver, and gold associate. It just gets better and better. Now, I didn't answer the question about the monthly fee. Let me go ahead and or the yearly fee. So remember, membership has its benefits, but it costs. But it costs very little compared to everything that you get with your 7K membership. Normal 7K membership, $249 per year to be able to buy precious metals at wholesale cost, to have the online tracking system, the back office where you can go and do the buyer certification. You can track and see who your friends are as your team builds and see how your points add up. Coin of the month, every coin of the month that someone purchases adds 20 points to your accumulated points. And I kind of skipped that, so let me just back up a second. So here's how the points work, and here's how you make money with 7K. When your right team and left team accumulate to 500 points, that's a $500 commission check. And here's how the points add up. Every time somebody joins, it's 100 points. Every time somebody joins in your downline from somebody you signed up and they signed up and they signed up, those points continue to accumulate. And before you know it, like I said, in 8 weeks, just sharing it with my friends, I had my first $500 check. There's a lot of people who get those monthly checks. I'm getting a monthly check now and making a lot of money. And I wanted to have somebody share her story with you. Let me just find you, Amanda, here. Or you can just *6 and unmute yourself if I don't find you. There you are. Amanda, how you doing this evening?
Hey, Vince. Good. Thank you. How are you doing?
Hey, good. Would you mind sharing your story with the folks listening tonight? I would appreciate it.
Oh, I would love to, and thanks for asking me to share. So my name's Amanda, and I live over in Knoxville, Tennessee. I've lived here about 6 months, and I came from Billings, Montana. And it's pretty cool how I got over here, but I'll start a little bit sooner than that. I'm a mom. I've got 2 kids. I'm a single mom, and I am their sole provider. And I have been struggling financially my entire life. I have never had a savings account. I've never had a job where there was a 401k or a retirement plan. I've just always been broke. And being a single mom and taking care of my kids has been really difficult and pretty depressing. I have a 16-year-old. She's about to be 17, and a 7-year-old. So my daughter, I realized, she's 16 years old, and I've been just trying to find a way for years to be more present and be able to spend more time. She couldn't be in sports because I just couldn't take time off work. We don't have the summer vacation memories growing up. It's just been really difficult. And it was pretty bad to where a couple years ago I would just lay in bed at night and think about my bills and pray that I wouldn't be overdrawn in the morning, that maybe my client's checks wouldn't bounce because that would just throw everything off. I mean, it was bad. And I just kind of settled into the fact that that's just the way it was. That's the way my life was going to be, and just suck it up and live with it. But thank God I have some amazing friends, and they brought this company to me and shared it with me. And I had to watch them for a little while because I was unsure if I could do something like this. Making residual money, I couldn't really wrap my brain around, and I had always had to physically work. So I had to watch them for a while, and seeing what they were able to do just blew my mind. So I decided to jump in. I'm right around a year now that I've been an associate with 7K Metals, and it's been a blast. And I don't go to bed at night anymore worried about what my bank account looks like. I lay there and dream about the vacations and going to Cancun in a couple of months. And I took my daughter to Washington, D.C. Early last year, and we got to use our 7K getaway cards and save a bunch of money and have a good vacation and make memories. And it's just been incredible. I wanted to move over here to Tennessee to get closer to my mom and my sister and some other family. And my oldest daughter, she wants to go to college over here. So, we decided to come, and I was able to pack up and move over here and not worry about, because those checks were still coming in every Saturday. So the residual income has just been a blessing to my family. The people that I've met here, I mean, I love my gold and silver, which is, again, something I never thought I'd ever own, and I'm just enjoying getting that in the mail every month. The money's amazing, changing my life. But the people I have met, I have a whole new group of people that lift me up and motivate me and cheer for me, and I'm now helping my friends and family get going, my mom, my sister, my great friend Paula. I mean, it's just incredible what you can do, and with this company, they've set it up perfectly for us, and I, for the first time in my life, am so excited. I'm excited for me and my girls. So thank you, Vince, for asking me to share.
Amanda, that's awesome. Thanks so much for sharing with us. So Amanda brought up something. I didn't think I would enjoy collecting gold and silver, especially the collectible coins, but, it's funny now. The first time I got my little stash in the mail, my wife looked at me kind of funny and said, guys, we're always guilty of buying stuff and bringing it home, right? And you get the rolling eyes, and it's like, oh, my goodness, what now? So it's funny to see that transition where my wife thought I was spending money, and then her transitioning to realize that I'm collecting money, and I'm collecting something that's going to be more valuable than money in the future, that I'll be able to buy more stuff with. And so now when I get these boxes of Silver Eagles or something, or bars or new collectible coins, she's excited. She just, she realizes that I'm just collecting more money, and it's going to be better for us in the future. And when she sees those commission checks coming in every month, like you said you're getting, Amanda, it's just a great blessing to be part of 7K. And the other thing I really love is as my team grows, just like most of the folks on this call, a few of the folks I know, it's like a big family now. We're just a big fraternity. We all hang out. We love talking to each other and sharing our stories. And and talking to each other and explaining what we love to do. So here's what I want to challenge everyone on this call to do. Somebody probably gave you this number and said, hey, listen in on this call. I want you to listen to what 7K has to offer. So we gave you all the information. Now, I know you're going to make an intelligent decision. Here's the challenge. If you understand the importance of owning precious metals, here's what I want you to do. Get with the individual who gave you this call information. Get with them tonight or tomorrow morning and figure out how you can sign up and get signed up and start collecting precious metals. It's the best thing you could do for your future. If you're the second type of individual that says, you know what, I may not have that much money to buy precious metals, start collecting them, but what I certainly want to do is be able to buy precious metals and make some money on the side. Same thing. Get with the individual who shared this number and call with you tonight or tomorrow morning. Get signed up and start sharing the message and the wonderful opportunity that 7K provides. Again, thank you, Richard, for letting me share on this call tonight. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing with us. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And again, 7K is going to go straight to the top. It's going to become, if it isn't already, the biggest Sam's Club or Costco of gold and silver. And it's one of the biggest growing families in the United States. And get part of that wave. Get on the crest of the wave and start riding it. So get with the individual who got you on the call and join tonight or tomorrow morning. Again, thanks. And, Richard, if you want to unmute everybody, we'll have everybody shout out where you're from. And thanks so much for tuning in tonight.
Unmuted. This session is no longer being recorded.
Great job.
Yahoo!
What was your name?
Great call. Thanks.
Nice.
Great call. Nice.
Amanda.
Thank you, Vince.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Awesome call.
Thank you.
You did a great job.
Vince and Amanda, that was amazing. Thank you.
Double A, you're awesome.